CS 8079, Unit 1, Topic 13, Paradigms. Paradigms for interaction have for the most part been dependent upon technological advances and their creative application to enhance interaction. Paradigms அப்படின்னா patterns. So it has some own patterns இருக்கும். நம்ம இதுக்கு முன்னாடியெல்லாம் 12 டாபிக்ஸ் பார்த்துருக்கோம் யூனிட் 1ல். அதில் இல்லாத பேட்டர்ன்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம இதில் பார்க்க போகிறோம். தட் இஸ் பேட்டர்ன்ஸ் ஆர் paradigms. ஸோ இதில் 15 பேட்டர்ன்ஸ் நம்ம வந்து பார்க்குறோம். டைம் ஷேரிங், வீடியோ டிஸ்பிளே யூனிட், ப்ரோக்ராமிங் டூல் கிட்ஸ், பர்சனல் கம்ப்யூட்டிங் எக்ஸெட்ரா. ஸோ இதில் இருக்கிற ஒவ்வொரு டாப்பிக்கையும் வந்து நம்ம டீட்டெயிலாக அதோட எக்ஸ்ப்ளனேஷனை பார்க்க போகிறோம். Time sharing. One of the major contributions to come out of this new emphasis in research was the concept of time sharing, in which a single computer could support multiple users. ஸோ ஒரு ஒர்க்கை பண்ணும்போது ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர்லேயே மல்டிபிள் யூசர்ஸ் வந்து நம்மளுடைய ப்ராஜெக்டோ இல்லை நம்மளுடைய டெவலப்மெண்ட் பார்ட்டை வந்து செய்யலாம். ஸோ ஒரே கம்ப்யூட்டரில் மல்டிபிள் யூசர்ஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு பேர் வந்து டைம் ஷேரிங். ஸோ டைம் இதில் வந்து நம்மளுக்கு நிறைய சேவ் ஆகும். Previously, the human was restricted to batch sessions in which complete jobs were submitted on punched cards or paper tape to an operator who would run them individually on the computer. The computer could now project itself as a dedicated partner with each individual user, and the increased throughput of information between user and computer allowed the human to become a more reactive and spontaneous collaborator. Indeed, with the advent of time sharing, real human-computer interaction was now possible. Second is video display units. As early as the mid-1950s, researchers were experimenting with the possibility of presenting and manipulating information from a computer in the form of images on a video display unit, that is called as VDU. These display screens could provide a more suitable medium than a paper printout for presenting vast quantities of strategic information for rapid assimilation. Programming toolkits. The secret to producing computing equipment that aided human problem-solving ability was in providing the right toolkit. The programmers concentrated on developing the set of programming tools they would require in order to build more complex interactive systems. The idea of building components of a computer system that will allow you to rebuild a more complex system is called bootstrapping and has been used to a great extent in all of computing. The power of programming toolkit is that small, well understood components can be composed in fixed ways in order to create larger tools. Once these larger tools become understood, they can continue to be composed with other tools and the process continues. Fourth, personal computing. In the early 1970s, the future of computing was embodied in small, powerful machines which were dedicated to single users, that is, personal computers. Fifth, Windows systems and the WIMP interface. Window is the common mechanism associated with these physically and logically separate display spaces. WIMP is an interaction based on windows, icons, menus, and pointers. Is now commonplace. These interaction devices first appeared in the commercial marketplace in April 1981 when Xerox Corporation introduced the 8010 Star Information System. Sixth, the metaphor. In developing the logo language to teach children, Paperputt used the metaphor of a turtle dragging its tail in the dirt. Metaphors are used quite successfully to teach new concepts in terms of ones which are already understood. The success of the desktop metaphor is unquestionable. A more extreme example of metaphor occurs with the virtual reality systems. In a VR system, the metaphor is not simply captured on a display screen. Rather, the user is also portrayed with the metaphor, literally creating an alternative or virtual reality. So, metaphor அப்படிங்கிறது டீச்சிங்க்கு வந்து ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லான ஒரு கான்செப்ட். ஸோ நம்ம வந்து நார்மல் எக்ஸ்ப்ளனேஷனை விட ஒரு விஷுவல் ரெப்ரசன்டேஷனாக நம்மளுடைய கான்செப்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் நம்ம லேர்ன் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அந்த டெக்னிக்கு பேர் தான் வந்து மெட்டஃபர். ஸோ இட்ஸ் சிமிலர் டு விர்ச்சுவல் ரியாலிட்டி கான்செப்ட்ஸ். Direct manipulation. Rapid feedback is just one feature of the interaction technique that is known as direct manipulation. A sequence of the direct manipulation paradigm is that there is no longer a clear distinction between input and output. Rather, widgets embody both input-output languages, so we consider them as interaction objects. Somewhat related to the visualization provided by direct manipulation is the WYSI-WYG paradigm, which stands for what you see is what you get. Eighth is language versus action. The action and language paradigms need not be completely separate. We can describe generic and repeatable procedures in the language paradigm, not in the action paradigm. An interesting combination of the two occurs in programming. By example, when a user can perform some routine task in the action paradigm and the system records this as a generic procedure. In a sense, the system is interpreting the user's action as a language script which it can then follow. ஸோ லாங்குவேஜ் அப்படின்னா நம்ம எழுதுகிற ப்ரோக்ராமிங் பேரடிகம். ஸோ ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ். ஸோ ஆக்ஷன் வந்து நம்ம எழுதுகிற ப்ரோக்ராம்னால கம்ப்யூட்டர் எப்படி நம்மளுக்கு ரியாக்ட் பண்ணுது அப்படிங்கிறது தான் ஆக்ஷன். Ninth is hypertext. Nelson coined the phrase hypertext in the mid-1960s to reflect this nonlinear text structure. It was nearly 2 decades after Nelson coined the term that the first hypertext systems came into commercial use. In order to reflect the use of such nonlinear and associative linking schemes for more than just the storage and retrieval of textual information, the term hypermedia or multimedia is used for nonlinear storage of all forms of electronic media. 10th is multimodality. A multimodal interactive system is a system that relies on the use of multiple human communication channels. Each different channel for the user is referred to as a modality of interaction. In this sense, all interactive systems can be considered multimodal, for humans have always used their visual and haptic channels in manipulating a computer. So haptic அப்படினா touch sensor. Multimodal, multimedia and virtual reality systems form a large core of current research in interactive system design. 11th, computer supported cooperative work. It is also known as CSCW. The reconnection was the emergence of collaboration between individuals via the computer. The main distinction between CSCW systems and interactive systems designed for a single user is that designers can no longer neglect the society within which any single user operates. They are built to allow interaction between human via the computer, and so the needs of the many must be represented in the one product. A fine example is electronic mail, that is email. CSCW is a major emerging topic in current HCI research. It built to support users working in groups or referred to as groupware. WWW, that is World Wide Web. Probably the most significant recent development in interactive computing is World Wide Web. This is built on top of the internet, and it is simply a collection of computers. The computers of the internet all communicate using common data transmission protocols, that is TCP/IP, and addressing systems, that is IP addresses and domain names. The web builds on this with its own layer of network protocol, that is HTTP, standard markup notation, that is HTML, for laying out pages of information, and a global naming scheme, uniform resource locator or URL. Hypermedia documents can therefore be published by anyone who has access to a computer connected to the internet. WWW was conceived in 1989 by Tim Berners-Lee, working at CERN, the European Particle Physics Laboratory at Geneva, as a means to enable the widespread distribution of scientific data generated at CERN and to share information between physicists worldwide. In 1991, the first text based web browser was released. Mosaic, developed by Mark Anderson at the National Center for Supercomputer Applications at Champaign, Illinois. Agent based interfaces. Agents can perform repetitive tasks, watch and respond to events when the user is not present, and even learn from the user's own actions. Some agents simply do what they are told. Major problem with such agent is developing a suitable language between human and agent which allow the user to express intentions. This is especially important when the agent is going to act in the user's absence. In this case, the user may not receive feedback of any mistake until long after the effects have become irreversible. Hence, the instructions have to be correct and believed to be correct. Ubiquitous computing. It is a concept in software engineering and computer science where computing is made to appear anytime and anywhere and everywhere. In contrast to desktop computing, ubiquitous computing can occur using any device in any location and in any format. Sensor based and context aware interaction. Information can be gathered from sensors in the environment, that is pressure mat, ultrasonic movement detector, weight sensor, video cameras. In our information world, that is web pages visited, times online, books purchased online, and even from our own bodies, they are heart rate, skin temperature, brain signals. These are sensor based. This information is then used by systems that make inferences about our past patterns and current context in order to modify the explicit interfaces we deal with or to do things in the background. In context aware computing, the interaction is more implicit. The computer, or more accurately, the sensor enhanced environment, is using heuristics and other semi intelligent means to predict what would be useful for the user. Whereas ubiquitous computing challenges the idea of where computers are and how apparent they are to us. Context aware computing challenges what it means to interact with a computer. If you have any doubts, leave your doubts in the comment section. Thank you.